Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft bringing you another professional level replay. This time it's going to be Liquid Snute versus Pulse Nara. Sup, bitches. Now I don't know a lot about Nara, or Pulse for that matter, but I'm a giant Team Liquid fan. You gotta support them foreign teams that do well. So in this case, we'll see how Snute's a very recent member of Team Liquid. Congrats for reset. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that means, but right on. Good luck and have fun and stuff like that. Protoss versus Terran. You're going to see a lot of the games that I like to cast have Terran in them. And in this case, yeah, I really enjoy playing against Protoss as a Zerg player. So I generally like trying to cast every opportunity I can to watch the professionals do it, because they obviously have honed their skills quite a bit. And I would like to brush up on playing a little bit of Protoss, just for the random games you play with friends and you just kind of want to dick around. It's nice to be able to play any race and do whatever you want. Status first overlords. Okay, good. That's the most delayed first overlord score ever. Now it's interesting. This guy's, well, Snute's sending the overlord to the front of his base because he's playing against a Protoss, and how likely it is to get cannon rushed if you just don't scout well. He is still going to go for a spawning pool first. I find that very interesting on a 4-player map. Figured he'd at least go for a fast expand, and he's got the overlord at the front to look for, oh yeah, whiskey burps, looking for any type of proxy pylons and cannon rushes. If we look right now, I mean, it's going to be a Nexus first out of Nara, which is, I'm not going to say it's standard, but on a 4-player map, unless you've got some sort of cheese or early aggression in mind, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't try this at this level. Yes. But we do see, obviously, the hatchery going down to 15. Units tab, though, it does allow the Protoss to get a little bit of a lead, and with the Chrono Boost happening and the Nexus, if there isn't any pressure coming out of the Zerg player, Protoss is going to have a pretty good economic lead coming up at some point here. Now the great thing about being Zerg going against Protoss is you know that if you don't see the cybernetics core down, there's essentially no chance of you really getting shot down in the immediate future when you're playing as a Zerg player. There's nothing that Protoss can make other than stalkers and sentries from the gateway tech to be able to shoot it down, so I do the same thing. And then we see the cannon going down as well. Has he scouted out? Yeah, he has scouted the base, so he does know to expand. He didn't see any gas happening, which is generally my tell if there's going to be some sort of pressure happening. If you're a Zerg, there's no reason for you getting gas really early unless you really want to tech up to some sort of an attack. Baneling bust, roach push, maybe even going for ultra mega super duper fast mutalisk or something like that. 2 Zerglings going out just to be able to look at the front. I mean, the gateway's not even finished yet for Nara here. 2 gases going down. He does scout the timing. Gateway's just finishing now, so plenty of freedom for this overseer overlord to be able to see what's going on. Yes. Down goes the cybernetics core. Now, what if this position means something in particular? I mean, he doesn't have any pylons anywhere else, so I'm sure that's just what he has to do. But if you did go for mutalisk play on this map, there seems like there'd be a lot of room to be able to snipe that off, if, you know, somebody was so inclined. Zerglings at the front. He can see those. I want to see if his Zealot's going to go out and put a little pressure on these or not. No, he's just going to hold there. No, that's what it's severe. If you only see 2... It's good awareness by Snoot. If you only see 2 Zerglings, you might as well go pressured. Even if he wants to run by, your cannon will take most of that out. Fast third. It's awesome. These overlords are just going to chill out, be cool. What I think would be really awesome to see is spreading these out a little bit to get your creep spread a little bit better when you finally go up to that lair attack. We're going to see the mothership core coming out soon. 2 zealots. It's a pretty sexy color on this wall. Now, what if Snute just got amazingly supply blocked? He's making 3 overlords at a time, and for me that seems a little sloppy. You really shouldn't be making that many unless you got the minerals to spare and you got nothing else to blow them on. In this case, I feel that was a little unintentional. Worker lead right now for the Zerg, and that's how you catch up really fast. Is the Chrono Boost being used on probes? Doesn't appear so. Where is he using his Chrono Boost right now? He's not using his Chrono Boost at all, which is really surprising. He's got enough for 2 Chrono Boosts, so maybe he's saving it up for some sort of tech play, because his warp gate isn't getting boosted, his probes aren't getting boosted, so I'm not too sure exactly well, that makes sense. This is a really fun play. I think more Zergs should be doing this. Pressuring at the front with a couple of zealots, the mothership core. I mean, you used, obviously, your slowdown there, time warp. But you always have the recall to be able to get back if it doesn't work. So, pressuring like that should be fine. Another 3 overlords get Snute supply blocked again. Maybe he had to produce more attacking units than he expected, but that's a little bit more supply blockage than I would generally anticipate at this level of play. 3rd and 4th gas going down. More whiskey for Shawnee. Yeah, Nara's keeping pretty good lead on his supply. And as somebody that's not at a pro level, that's something that I generally pay a lot of attention to, is the little things that me as a lower league player can really work on trying to do better at. You know. Spores going down. Is there a... No Stargate that I see. Stargate play is so common right now. You know, moving into lots, like, you know, 4 or 5 Phoenixes. Nothing at the top. 4 or 5 Phoenixes, maybe a couple of Oracles, and they'll just ruin your day if you're not careful. So I don't blame... Oh, we got a little bit of action in the middle. These are still slow lings, so I don't think that this was really worthwhile. Loses a few lings there for nothing. Creep spread's going to start. Still hasn't connected his main base. Shouldn't be too big of a deal at this stage of the game. Early on, sometimes you need to use your queen from the main to be able to support. Is there a queen in the main? Yes, there is. Support that. So now we see his gas is going down, more gas is going down. Infestor, and I assume this is going to be going into Swarm Host. I'm seeing very little Infestor focused play right now in the meta game ever since the nerf. So I'm not assuming that that's the direction he's going to go here. Immortal Sentry push off 2 base. Very standard kind of play you're going to expect to see. There's no pylons at the front though, so I'm not too sure how much he's hoping to get done. That's a pretty good army, even with the force fields. Oh boy. Are those okay force fields? I'd be pulling back. Oh, pull back, pull back. There you go. Oh shoot, don't do that. Get rid of this way. Alright. I mean, that's a lot of sentries. That was a lot of energy used on the force fields. Didn't lose much other than a few lings. And out come the swarm hosts. He's going to be building a pile of those, which is... I don't see a lot of swarm host play, but when I do seem to run into it, it seems to be very game-changing. 3 units, right? If you get him off in the right spot, it's fantastic. Spores at the front. Lots of spores at the front, and the crawlers at the front. It's kind of an interesting wall he's setting up. I'm sure after seeing all the immortals and sentries, he was probably... That's kind of cute. Huh. Well, I guess that jig is up. Now he knows that those are there. That's really funky. That's awesome. That is one of the funniest things I've seen for a while. That's such a massacre. Did he get enduring locusts yet from the infestation pit? Where is the infestation pit? No, you're around somewhere. There you are. How did I lose you? No, he hasn't got it. He's got the bang to do it, so I'm not too sure why he hasn't. If he's going for heavy swarm host play, it'll be a bit of a mistake to not get that. And I'm sure that with all these swarm hosts out, pushing into the front right now probably wouldn't be the best idea. Surprised these things aren't burrowed and just throwing out there we go, throwing out a few pieces. Oh, that's a great spot. Double immortal drop with zealots. Great play, I like that a lot. The queen is rightfully focusing down the warp prism. He's got to be able to stop the reinforcements from coming in. And at the same time, he's using the locust to hold off the push at the front. Let's see if Snute actually can get out of this. This is pretty tough. The warp prism does go down. The lings should be able to do some damage there. I don't know if there's any observer. There is some sort of detection here at the front. Nope, there isn't. These things haven't taken any... Oh, nobody's taken any damage here. So we're not seeing any detection at the front. This did get held off. It did a fair bit of damage, though. He lost a couple of mortals, a lot of zealots, and the warp prism in the play. Meaning that there's no way to reinforce this army right now until another warp prism gets moved in. And I don't think there's another one anytime too soon. Still producing probes behind this though, so if we look at the economy, yeah, that Protoss got a fair bit to catch up. He's just now throwing down his third base though. And he's got enough army to keep the presence, but those enduring locusts need to happen. If you get those enduring locusts out, he could probably push out to where this army is now and be able to pressure the front or the third. So I think it's quite a bit of an oversight with the bank that he has to not have those in place. I've got to assume that's a mistake. You'll see that they actually start to micro swarm host. They'll burrow, charge, move behind the locusts. Oh, better not get cut off guard here. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to send a few Zerglings that control the watchtower just to be able to see what's happening. I mean, it's too easy to lose what's going on. Fourth base going up, that's fantastic. He could probably use a bit more saturation there. Yeah, the Colossus is out. The Colossus is really the only really good cost-effective way for Protoss to deal with the locusts. The splash damage, there's the enduring locust. The splash damage is so important. Storm obviously isn't that good because it's using up your energy. He's noticing that these locusts aren't getting anywhere near far enough to actually be able to pressure this army. So thermal lance will be done. It just finished up there. That's a lot of locusts though, but they're only making it. I don't know if that was necessary. Two Colossus at a time. I mean, that is the counter to the locust. There isn't much else you can do. It'd be nice. Oh, that's sexy. I'm nowhere near good enough to start incorporating this into my play, but the Colossus pull. Get it. Focusing it. No. That's the risk you play. Oh, that's rough. He's got pretty good supply. That wasn't too damning. He should probably consider maybe moving up those swarm hosts as well, but he lost so many Hydras there. What he wants to do is pull the Colossus into the swarm host, sorry, into the locusts. Right now, Nara's really got to figure out a new method here. Maybe go for more drops or something. I mean, he's got static defenses up to make that hard. But as soon as there's more... that's a nice run by. That's a great plan there. Fantastic by Snute. I think that's really smart. As long as he doesn't lose all of his locusts, they're rallied to the right spot. No defense here. This is going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, he's going to have to pull back. And this is going to cost him a lot of map control here. He's attacking his own spore crawler. Now that's funky. Is he going to get it in time? He should. What are the upgrades on these guys? 0-0 versus 1-1. It's going to be close. The force fields might be able to save it. Yeah, 1, 2. It's so close. So close. I'm sure there might be another ring run by here in the next little bit. The enduring locusts are done now, so they're actually getting in to do some damage. The Colossus is taking a little bit too much damage down there. He's got to be careful about that. Micro it back. Moved up the swarm hosts. There is observers in this army. That's why it's nice to have spore crawlers in the front to be able to pick off any of... Oh, I like the hallucinations as well. Pick off any of the scouts that you might have. He's waiting for the recharge, and he's going to burrow again. And then he's going to yoink a whole bunch of these Colossus in, I'm assuming. Burrow, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, no. That's costly. That might be the game, actually. That might be the game. I hate to see that happen. A small miss micro. And then all of a sudden, you just... Oh, he even yoinks a hallucinated Colossus. The supplies are the same, but this is a much more cost-effective army. That's too bad, Snute. A little bit of miss micro, and you're done. Your economy is much better, and everything else. There's the GG. That Protoss death ball. You gotta figure out a way to deal with that. And if you're gonna do something like that with a swarm hosts against Colossus, you better be moving really, really smart. That's too bad. He had a really great lead, great tech, great army. With all those Colossus though, you've really gotta play it smarter than that. Hope you guys enjoyed that game with Liquid Snute and Nara there. And we'll cast some more here real soon.